What's up? We've got a 1v1 against bbreeeeed. I am playing as random, and this time I got Zerg, which is bad news for him, but I'm gonna let him know. And he's not gonna be happy to read that. But I'm not gonna play standard. I'm gonna do weird stuff, and maybe that'll give him a chance. Still not sure what I'm gonna do, but I'll think of something eventually. Gonna start things off super standard, going for a 17 hatchery. And oh, he's gonna block me! No! So I'll just go take the third. And that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Just sucks because it was like just missed it by a hair. Hopefully he's not cheesing me, because it'd be very hard to defend a proxy bunker rush at this location. It would take my drones a long time to get there, but I don't think he has anything there, so perhaps we are okay. And let's see, I'm gonna send this overlord, I guess, to the third location. He does have a marine. And I want to get my third, which is my natural.
Swarm is under siege.
And I don't know if it's worth it to transfer workers to the third, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I pulled too many guys off of gas by mistake. That's unfortunate. And now I can start speed. Let's get a couple Zerglings. Let's take a look-see to see if he's getting his natural. He is. Now we're gonna go back.
A new queen.
Oh, I should have dropped the creep tumor with that one. Get some more queens, more drones. What are we gonna do this game? I'm gonna go for roaches. Just gonna go mass roach ravager.
Energy.
Oh, I can drop a creep tumor now. Drop another creep tumor. And get more queens.
swarm is under siege.
He's poking up, trying to get my overlord, but my Ling's not gonna allow that to happen.
Swarm, no,
Uh-oh.
cannot be. We have evolved now.
And a little bit of a supply block. Haven't played in a while.
Swarm is
Oh no, now he is gonna
siege
maybe
rises.
get my overlord. Let's send it back there. And I have no idea what he's doing. My scouting is pretty poor.
Need
So
a new queen.
we're gonna get some blind spores. Just in case. And of course, more queens.
Morph that. We cannot go out of
Start getting a few
energy is too
roaches. And we want some more gas.
more overlords. Energy is too not enough. That is not
Heard my layer finished, so let's get speed when I have enough gas. And what is he up to? I want to scout.
insufficient Vespine gas.
What's this? Uh-oh.
Spawn more overlords.
I am supply blocked really badly. Need more
Must acquire Vespine.
queens. And this
Insufficient.
is a little dicey.
Tumor is
I think I just killed my own roach there by accident.
not
Get
enough
an
Vespine.
overseer, and I'm so low on gas. Oh my god.
Evolution.
Add these to the same control group. I need a bit more drones over there. And nothing but
Acquire
roach. Ravager. Queen. And I just realized having these in the same control group makes it difficult to cast my spells. And this is a bad situation because I cannot micro properly.
insufficient Vespine gas. Is not a place
Keep trying to press C to drop my biles, and my queens are trying to lay creep tumors. So I need to take them off,
creep.
and hopefully we can hold this.
Exhausted.
We need some upgrades. He has a banshee? Need more gas. I am so starved of gas.
A new queen.
Some more overlords. Let's pick off these widow mines that I can spot. Let's see if he's getting that base. And my drone count is lacking.
Is too low.
So let's get more drones. Let's get more gas. And he does have that base, which is unfortunate. I don't even have a fourth yet. That's pretty bad for me. But it is brand new, so there's something. And now he has a tank.
Need more minerals.
Need some more Ravagers, but I don't have enough Overlords. Spread this creep.
Go there.
Let's just send a few of these out and about for a bit of a counterattack. And need another Overseer here. Need some more Spore Crawlers here. See if we can get that Banshee. Oh, barely. What are his upgrades? 0, 0. That's good. What are my upgrades? 1, 1. Okay. I thought I had 0, 0 also. Let's see if we can get this tank.
Our swarm cannot raise any more warriors.
Oh god.
Swarm is
Counterattack doing work. A lot of these roaches very low. Should get burrow, and maybe this. Actually, don't want to get burrow there because I want to turn that into a hive soon.
Swarm is
Let's transfuse. And he's getting close. This is a little scary. Pop some biles. Back off. Be patient. And oh no, he's forcing the issue. This is a little scary. Okay, my inject's not really up to par.
Our swarm cannot raise
one of these
any more
queens.
Creep tumor is
Okay, we're okay.
Cannot raise any more. We have evolved.
Let's do another counterattack.
Collect.
Oh, he's diving on my base. I don't know if that was worth it. Just retake that real quick.
Supply limit reached.
Let's do a burrow. Do I have burrow movement? I do.
Swarm is under siege.
Doing some cheeky burrow movement. And
Essence.
get out of there.
North that no, it
And
cannot.
I don't even know what happened with my counterattack. Did I do anything with it?
There. That is not supply.
Get some more roaches. And let's do some scouting. This is the first time I'm gonna be taking a peek into his base.
Swarm is
Uh-oh.
under siege.
Let's goop up this, whatchamacallit? And my drone count is very low. I'm playing pretty poorly,
That is not a place where
but
we
not gonna
can
deviate
thrive.
from the plan
Upon creep.
of roaches. And what the F? There is a widow mine somewhere. Where is it?
Mineral field. Go.
Do not see it. Oh, it's right there. Okay, gonna get that. I have not been on top of my injects.
Energy. Our swarm cannot raise any more warriors.
And he has more widow mines over here. Let's drop a couple biles and what is that?
Kaiser
Single
defeated.
marine. Just gonna scout my base. That's fine. What was that? Let's get Overlord speed.
Swarm.
Yeah, not gonna go for any additional tech. I should probably get Vipers or something, but
Mineral.
I don't think I will.
No, it cannot be.
I'm gonna go roaches or die trying.
Gone.
And let's start making our way out on the map. He has been just free to do his own thing. And I don't like that. So let's
We have evolved. Now, creep to
and oh my god, he's moving out.
base.
Alright, we're gonna sack that base. We're gonna take this base.
Swarm is under
Get
siege.
some
Mineral
roaches.
exhausted.
And he's deep on my creep. So once he unsieges, we're gonna pounce. For now, we're just gonna chill, be patient.
Mutation complete.
And
Essence.
oh no, it wasn't enough. Alright, we're just going for it. Lost a lot there.
Reached.
What is upgrades? 2, 2. Get rid of this Liberator. Queens can do it. Need some more Ravagers. And hopefully he doesn't have this base.
Mineral field exhausted.
Injects once again. Slacking. And it's going for a double prong attack.
Depleted. Base. Our swarm.
Oh god.
Swarm is bases under attack.
And when did he... he learn this? This is hashtag dicey. My supply is plummeting. Need to group up my units. And I think I should be able to hold this off, but at what cost? Bases have been ravaged, and that's not supposed to happen. I'm the player with ravagers. He has that base, which is bad for me. Doesn't have that one. Let's retake that, retake this.
A queen rises. Supply.
And my injects have been really poor.
Is too low.
And he has that base. Oh god. Alright. At this point, roaches are very bad. They cost way too much supply. They don't do enough damage. But you know what? We're committed. Take out that sensor tower, which is annoying for him because it costs money. It'll take time. And get some overseers in case he has
exhausted.
Just crush this base real quick and get out of dodge. And uh-oh, he's going for a counterattack too. I don't know if I can hold this base. Let's get out of there. Alright, he's just gonna go for it. And no tanks with his army. That's very bad. Let's go for a pincer move. Can we get him? Ooh, that's bad for him. Getting sandwiched. He's gonna lose his entire bio army. No tanks. Big mistake there. Of course, not completely unscathed on my end either. Let's retake this base. Let's also take this base. And where is he going? Let's posture up. Let's kill these rocks. Ooh, is he chasing? Let's drop a few of those. Let's see what else we can see. Ah, he got them all. Nice attention there. Okay, what else is happening up here? Let's goop up his tank production, I guess. Continue to spread creep. And our drone count is abysmal.
Our swarm cannot raise any more warriors.
if we can get any damage here. Ooh. Yeah, not the best spot for him to fight at. Make my units as well, and oh no, my overseers! Some more, and whoa, is he going for a crazy counterattack? Oops. Corrosive biled down some of my own guys, but GG. Gonna take a pretty close game. Alright, game number 2, I'm spawning as Protoss. Gonna let him know.
You have not enough minerals.
And what to do as Protoss. I don't really know how to play the standard Protoss. Usually just go like DTs or Blink Stalkers or something.
More minerals are required.
What kind of weird shit can I do? Mothership Rush? I'm looking at this Mothership card thing.
Our forces need more pilots.
Looks a little tempting, but that's a little too crazy, isn't it? Isn't it? I don't know.
Those cowards have attacked our probes.
Ooh, can I get this SCV? Got him! Oh, get out of there! Oh, I misclicked. Meant to click the mineral patch, but clicked on the gas by mistake. And that cost my probe its life. I'm sorry, probe. Okay. We're just going for a mothership rush. And I think it's a little crazy. Don't really think it's gonna work. But if it do, it'll be epic. And what do I get? I mean, I guess I wall up completely. Yeah. And oh crap, he's gonna have Reapers. I need my Stalker ASAP. But this barracks position tells me he's gonna make a attachment.
Very well. For the reckoning.
And let's see if we can get this Reaper. He got one of my probes, but I do get the Reaper, so it's a good trade. And we want units, because we're gonna get a mothership, fly it across, and recall everything into his main base. So we want some units. And maybe we want to get crazy, like morph in, warp in a sentry, force field the ramp.
I am here in the shadows.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
I am the voice.
So crazy, it just might work. Now we need a fleet beacon. Get some air units. I guess a void ray when I have enough money. Okay. And now we save. We save money for the mothership, the big mama ship.
That must be placed on a Vespine geyser.
Need another pylon. I don't know if I should get any upgrades. Let's get it from the main base, because it's harder to scout, presumably. Chrono boost it. Get another pylon. And we want some more units as well.
We do not have enough minerals.
And should we get another void ray? Or a carrier? Would one carrier do me any good? I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, let's get one carrier.
I am here in the shadow.
One carrier, one void ray, and
You require
5 stalkers and a sentry.
We require additional.
This is either gonna be really awesome or an epic fail. I don't think there's gonna be an in-between.
Unacceptable warp location.
We are so supply blocked once again. Alright, Mama Ship is here. Recall takes 100 energy. So let's fly across the edges. Let's get another carrier. Chrono boost that out. Let's get air armor.
I am here in the shadows.
Yeah. What's happening? This is Mama Ship. Energy, so by the time she gets there, I think we'll have have enough.
I'm here in the shadows.
Not enough energy.
Not enough energy, no.
Has arrived.
Where's the mama ship?
Psi web established.
Uh-oh.
We proceed.
He has a thingamabob in position. We gotta go now! Let's go! Let's go! And, alright, couldn't quite force field the ramp. We need to get that Raven. Is this gonna work? Oh man.
Systems failing.
It is not possible to
Now what do I do?
upgrade complete.
Oh crap. No, my mama ship! The mama ship!
Downloading Psi web established. Inala reorder. Direct. Psi web established.
Alright.
Inala
Oh no!
Our forces have
gonna
entered
kill that.
glorious combat.
Cyclone. Alright, alright. And we almost have enough energy for another. And rigged! Is he gonna lose to this?
My meditation.
Don't lose to this, bbreeeed! Oh no!
Forces have engaged the enemy.
Ah!
by the heart of iron.
Come on, carrier, hurry up!
Energies.
I'm here in the shadows.
Alright, reinforcements are coming! We doing it! Oh no, mama ship went down, but GG gets called. Welcome back. We are changing up the matchup because our Terran player needed an easier opponent. So speaking of which, that's going to be spawning in the red, bbreeeed, up against our yellow Zerg, Kevin Lee. So it's been a while since we've seen these two play each other, but I think historically it has favored Kevin with his aggressive style, either going for mutas or a baneling bust or some kind of ling rush. His bag of tricks is plentiful, and it's usually enough to kind of keep bbreeeed on the back foot. He doesn't get to play the game he wants to play, and it forces him to be more defensive. Doesn't go for his usual timing attack, and it just throws him all out of whack. But again, it has been a while since we've seen them play each other. I do know they sometimes ladder. Not really sure how well they do in those games, but that is neither here nor there. As for the openings, pretty standard on both sides. Hatchery first from the Zerg player. Supply depot and barracks from the Terran, and it should be worthy to note that he did not go for an SCV scout, which he usually does against Kevin, just to verify whether or not there is an early pool, but didn't go for that this game. Not going for a Reaper either, so not going to have that initial scout. And this wall, very strange. Of course, the supply depot usually goes here. So now there's this weird little hallway. But once this command center lifts off, then there's going to be a supply depot just randomly here. And I don't know, it's really weird. Either way, factory going down, second barracks going down. Two lings here just to scout, but two marines going to be more than enough to push that back, and a fast layer coming down before speed even. No ling speed, only just now starting. So layer before ling speed. Gonna be getting his second gas. Are we gonna see 3 and 4? Not yet, so what could this be? We'll have to wait and find out. Is Kevin going for his third base now? Ling's doing some more scouting just to verify when this base gets taken. And he's going to spot that landing. Might be able to get out with this Zergling. No, doesn't look like it. Poor Zergling. Gets splattered. Now, bbreeeed getting stim for his bio units, getting Hellions 2 at a time, and no wall off yet at the front of his ramp. And that is very scary up against somebody like Kevin, because at any given moment he could just pull the trigger and roll in with 20 banelings. And again, bbreeeed has no idea. He's not left his base at all. He has 0 scouting. No idea what Kevin's doing. Not even a scan has gone down. And Kevin, not going for the baneling bust, but going for his tried and true Mutalisks, those flappy birds. And bbreeeed with a few Hellions moving on out. This Overlord did spot that. What does Kevin have for the defense? Nada. So he's going to desperately wall up the ramp here. It's going to prevent Hellions from getting in, but I mean, just a single queen behind this wall. I feel like they could have tried to roast the spine crawlers. It would have taken a while, but I think maybe they would have gotten it. This queen at the third, not long for this world. Gonna go down, or maybe the Lings are gonna be able to save it. Some Lings spawning just in the nick of time. And wow, they are indeed gonna save that queen, taking out all 5 of the Hellions. This queen down to 18 HP, but gonna survive, and now the first mutas are out. Only 6 of them. That's not a very scary number just yet, but bbreeeed doesn't have too much anti-air, and he is moving out himself. That's a lot of Marines, and Kevin with the committal to mutas. No banelings, and this is going to be very hard to hold. I would have probably preferred to see those mutas just counterattack, because they're going to be next to useless in a head-up fight against these Marines. And I think Kevin needs to sack this third base. It looks like that is what he's going to do. Let's see if he can buy enough time for the Baneling nest to finish. Where is that? Oh, about 90% done now, but of course he's going to need time to morph the Banelings as well. He goes for a small attack, gets a couple Marines, gonna back up, and now Baneling Nest is ready, morphing 12 Banelings. But of course they will not have speed. Is he gonna be able to hold this off? Let's see. A couple Widowmine shots do go off, and Muta's doing a good job to pick off that one Widowmine back there, but there are still 5 here. Are the mutas going to be able to get it? I don't think that's enough mutas to one-shot them, so they do eat a Widowmine shot. One muta does go down for that. And now the Marines just going for the main. This is a little crazy. He's going to pull back to the safety of his mines. And let's see, how good are these shots? And oh, they are good. They are so good. All the Banelings went down. Now only Marines remaining versus the Mutalist. The Mutas do not want to fight this head on, but they have to. They're going to suffer a lot of casualties on the side of the Zerg. Kevin desperately trying to make 8 more Mutas. I don't think that's what you want in this situation, but let's see how that goes. One drone going out to try to take the third, but gonna get picked off, but that's still okay. Sets off the Widowmine. I wouldn't mind if he used some of these Overlords to soak up the mine shots. Right now, things are very dicey on the side of our Zerg player. The Terran continuing to rally his units across Widowmines, Medivacs, Marines, and he's getting his third. Kevin with his mutas trying to go for the fight now, losing a few of his mutas. You do not want to be fighting Marines with mutas, but what choice does he have? That's all he has. A few Zerglings, those are probably gonna melt, but now he's going in with everything, and it is a bloodbath. All the Zerg units going down, just mutas left. Some of the Marines out of position, so weren't able to fight the mutas. That's going to keep Kevin's chances alive for now. But the Terran regroups. What can Kevin really do? 2-2 about to finish as well for bbreeeed. 0-0 on the side of the Zerg. And that is massive indeed. Kevin morphing some more Banelings, but does he have speed? Oh, he does have speed for his Banelings. That's nice, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Kevin floating so much money, but he's stuck on 2 bases. He doesn't even have enough larva to produce anything. Desperately trying to throw up a macro hatch, but is it too late? I think yes. Inching this overseer up a little bit, trying to get vision of the widow mines. But every second that passes is another excellent second for bbreeeed, who is mining off of 3 bases now. He has been untouched. He is up in workers. He is up in army. He has all the advantages right now. And it's up to him to close the show. Is this going to be the fight as he pushes up the ramp a little bit, micros backwards. Baneling's taking some huge Widowmine shots. Not the best micro for the Marines, and actually there's no more Marines to deal with these mutas, but the Widowmines still alive and kicking. Few of them on cooldown, so Muta's going to be able to get some of them there, but there are still 1, 2, 3, 4 Widowmines. Another shot goes off. Another one. Now 5 very bruised mutas remaining. And bbreeeed, he doesn't care. He's continuing to rally his units across, getting 3-3. They're not quite lined up. Not sure why that is, but he is still massively ahead on all fronts. Now, the reinforcements have arrived. Widow mines blasting up some more of the Zerglings. Kevin somehow snuck a drone out to get that 3rd, but I don't think that's really going to come into play. And bbreeeed actually going to go for that 3rd, forcing the cancel real quick. I wouldn't mind a scan just to clear up some of this creep to deny the vision. As we can see, Kevin is going to be able to have a little bit of vision of these forces, so it would be wise for bbreeeed to just drop a scan, clear up that creep. Of course, not the hugest of deals given his massive lead right now. And it's just nothing but Marines and mines, and oh, right. A single Marauder in the mix. Big stim out of bbreeeed. He should want to try to commit. And he's going to go up the ramp, take out this wall, and going to back up. I think that's wise. That's a lot of Banelings back there. So bbreeeed does have to be a little careful with his primarily Marine army. And Kevin looks like he's going for it. Oh my god! The Widowmine shots are brutal. GG gets called, and bbreeeed takes a very convincing game number 1. Welcome back. This is game number 2 in this series between our yellow Zerg Kevin Lee and our red Terran bbreeeed. So I accidentally popped up this APM meter, but let's take a look at that for now because there's not much to talk about in the early game. Both players doing nothing right now. Uh-oh. bbreeeed shooting ahead massively. Now Kevin starting to do something. 218. Whoa. What is he microing right now? Making 3 drones. Sending his overlord across. Sending a drone down to make the hatchery. And he is blazing right now. Once again, standard openings. Hatch first. Barracks in the main base. No cheekiness. No SCV scout. Once again. And it was a very convincing game number 1 from bbreeeed. Pretty standard stuff, I think. I mean, it's not like he went for a rush or anything. Just went for a nice little marine mine timing. And I don't know if he practiced that or what, but kind of just caught Kevin. All he had were lings and mutas. And took out the third, contained him on 2 bases for a long time. And that was very well done from bbreeeed. I don't know if he anticipated the mutas coming at that time. Let's see what he decides to do for game number 2. Going for a normal wall this time. No Reaper once again. Gonna be getting a factory, and is he gonna get his second base? It looks like he is saving the money for it. And he does have 400 now, but not throwing that down. Oh, in fact, gonna put it in the main base. I guess that's okay, but if you have a bunker on the low ground, I think it's okay to just build it on location. Of course, not the biggest of deals. Factory, I'm gonna be making a reactor, and I'm kind of curious why he didn't do the swaparoo kind of thing. Maybe he just wanted those 4 marines earlier. Going to be getting a second reactor on this barracks, and Kevin once again going for a fast layer. This time he did get the ling speed first, so not super fast, I guess. I don't know the exact timing of when he got that, but second gas is up and running, and Roach Warren is the follow-up. Interesting. Well, Kevin is not really known to be a roach guy, so not sure about this. We'll have to see what happens. Of course, he could go for a Nidus, or maybe some burrow movement. That could be interesting. And no third base in sight, no plans to even, as he is walling up with a couple Evo chambers, getting 3rd and 4th gases now. And Roach speed starting right away. And this is a little weird, I think. But we'll see how it pans out. 1-1 getting researched real quick. Is he gonna go for a sharp 1-1 roach speed timing? bbreeeed once again with his handful of Hellions. A couple Zerglings try to get in, but nice lift on the supply depots to deny that scout. bbreeeed looks like he's doing the same thing as last game. Has he adapted his ZVT build? Or TVZ rather. Was this specifically tailor-made against Kevin? These Hellions kind of just YOLOing themselves into the main base. Kevin pulling his drones and kind of unintentionally getting a block on the Hellions there. So it does save most of his drones. Only 2 went down. Of course, a lot of lost mining time, so it wasn't a complete flawless defense, but do favor the Zerg player in that exchange. Of course, bbreeeed lost a handful of his Hellions for that as well, and indeed we are going to see burrow and burrow movement being researched. 1-1 almost done, and what does bbreeeed have? Not a whole lot. I mean, there's no missile turrets, but going down now, and that is some 6 cents from bbreeeed. All he scouted was the Roach Warren. Maybe he anticipates that burrow is an option, and that's a good read. Most people would probably see the Roach Warren and think they are safe from mutas, but bbreeeed wisely throwing down a missile turret in the natural, and only in the natural, I should add. So if it were mutas, his main base would be pretty vulnerable, but the roaches would have to go through the natural to get to the main base. So perhaps bbreeeed recognizing that, realizing he only needs the 1. But now the follow-up from Kevin gonna be the Nidus network I mentioned before. And this is gonna allow him to bypass the natural entirely, go straight into the main. Is he gonna be able to find a good spot? I think bbreeeed has vision of everything. And is he gonna spot this? Yes, he is. So he's gonna be able to deny this initial Nidus, and that is massive, because now he knows Nidus is an option. And he's going to be more prepared for any future Niduses. So Kevin gonna need to come up with something else. However, he is pretty comfy on 3 bases, 54 workers to the 37 of bbreeeed, and bbreeeed is being super defensive, so he's been locked down on 2 bases for a long time. He has his 3rd command center, but it's not really being utilized at all. Kevin looks like he's going for his burrow movement play now, but once again that missile turret gonna put a stop to those plans, at least for now. And what is Kevin gonna do now? Can't really burrow move in, so gonna be just chilling for now. Gonna be getting his 4th base, and I would really like to see some better creep spread. Not a single tumor has been dropped. Yes, the energy on these queens, which of course means he's been missing a few injects. Can't fault him too much for that, especially when I did the same thing in my game earlier. But I did make it work with Roach Ravager, so Kevin, the ball is in your court. Can you make it happen with just roaches? 4th base is up now, but not mining just yet. And bbreeeed's still stuck on 2 bases. This is growing increasingly bad for him. He's now gonna lift his 3rd and try to land it. But is Kevin gonna allow that to happen? Some Ravagers being morphed. So not gonna be just pure roaches. And bbreeeed does finally get his 3rd base. He's Marine's gonna spot the big roach army, and bbreeeed needs some more splash damage. All his mines are just chilling back at home. Does have a couple tanks that are slacking. And roaches against pure bio, they can do okay, but once you throw in the tanks, the widow mines, they get shredded. So supply count might be a bit deceiving. Of course, those tanks not in play at the moment, and that could sway this in Kevin's favor as he goes in for a big attack now with his entire Roach Ravager army. Tank in the back, finally sieging up. bbreeeed pulling the boys even, and Kevin continuing to barrel forward, but just look at these roaches and ravagers, how squishy they are. Their numbers have been trimmed down quite significantly. He's gonna pounce on the hatchery, sorry, the command center, and he needs to get out of there. Don't really want to fight these bio units head on, but he's going for it, and I think bbreeeed could take that fight, but he's gonna back up, and yeah, that's a wise choice. There's no reason to hold this position anymore. The base has fallen, so back up, regroup, heal up, and that's a good choice. Now Kevin using the turmoil to throw down another Nidus worm, but is that a fake? In fact, he has nothing in the Nidus, so yeah, gonna be a fake. bbreeeed pulls his entire army back, and that's gonna allow Kevin a huge window of opportunity to move in. Takes a couple big Widowmine shots, peppers up a lot of his roaches and ravagers, so he's gonna burrow to heal those up. Going for that distraction tactic once again, but this time bbreeeed not biting. 2 Marines, probably gonna be enough to defend it. A few more Marines show up, and oh! Some of these Widow Mines doing a bit of friendly fire damage, and now these roaches try to go for the burrow once again, but did you forget the missile turret's still there? And so far the defense has been solid, but once again, bbreeeed only on 2 bases. Meanwhile, Kevin is on 4, and that is the big story here. Kevin has been mining like a madman. He has a huge army, he has a huge bank. Look at that income advantage for the past long time. It has been all Zerg. You know, bbreeeed needs to get another base desperately, or this game is over. I mean, it's essentially over already, but the ineffectiveness of Roach Ravager could allow bbreeeed to stay in the game. Big stim, he's going to chase these units. Kevin dropping some supporting biles to cover his defense, his retreat rather, and he's going to get out of there. And going for a 5th. That's going to give bbreeeed some breathing room to finally get his 3rd again. Upgrades, 3-3 from Kevin, only 2-2 from bbreeeed. And Kevin gonna be looking to transition finally into Hydralisks. Now Roach Hydra, not the best composition against Terran, but given his massive lead right now, maybe he can make it work. We shall see. Few Zerglings stuck in the Nidus network. I wonder what it's like in there. It's dark and cold. Nidus Worm getting thrown down here at this forward attacking position, I suppose. And now bbreeede's gonna hear that scream, and he's gotta be panicking a little bit. Might be looking at his bases, wondering where that popped up. But he is going for the attack, and this is a scary attack actually. Lots of tanks, lots of widow mines, and is he gonna be able to make it happen? If ever there was a time, it would be now. Kevin is stuck on these rather slow, clunky, and not so good units. Kevin trying to find different angles, and I think if he wants to have a chance at this, he's going to need to come from all sides. He can come from here, and maybe go around. But Kevin going from one angle, how is that going to work out for him? Let's see. bbreeeed microing his heart out, pulling back, allowing the tanks to just continue shelling out. But you have to defend your tanks, and he is not doing that. These tanks are going to go down. The last two still standing strong. Now only one remaining. Kevin's going to continue forward and does not pick off that last tank. Does finally get it, but look how much he lost. But he does push back the Terran army, and he has more than enough money to remax. So it looked a little dicey, but he is going to weather the storm. If we take a look at the resources lost, how do I pull that up? There we go. Massively favoring the Terran, but of course the Zerg has been mining so much more, so he can afford to take these losses. 3,000 more gas loss, a few hundred minerals. That's not the hugest of deals, but the gas is the major takeaway there. Now bbreeeed has been forced to get a planetary as his third, and that's going to cut into his income as well. Of course, 3 orbitals for triple mules would be better than 2. That's just simple mathematics. And oh, Kevin pouncing on this army, getting the tank right away. bbreeeed does get a hatchery. Is he going to be able to get away with his army though? He is stutter stepping away, but now he's just standing and fighting. Going to lose all of his bio units now. And down to 93 supply. Kevin doubling that. And things are looking very grim for our Terran player now. He is trying to get his 4th up and running, which is in fact just his main base repurposed. A couple medevacs just chilling here. And it's not something you want to lose right now when you are so down on everything. So bbreeeed, with a lot of catching up to do, went for a little cheeky Liberator harass, and in fact gets 13 drones. Wait, where did those come from? It wasn't just this Liberator, only 6 on this Liberator. But nice little counter there, and actually Kevin down to 26 workers. So if he takes another bad fight or 2, then perhaps bbreeeed can get himself back into the game. But that is a tall order right now. bbreeeed down 60 plus supply. Almost 90 in terms of army. And Kevin, actually both players going for an attack, so passing each other like ships in the night, and Kevin a bit indecisive right now. Does go for it, but the hatchery has gone down. These lurkers gonna make quick work of this planetary. And doesn't look like bbreeeed has too much intention to fall back to defend. Looks like we might be seeing a base trade, folks. And normally you don't want to base trade a Terran, but I think Kevin could, but no, he is turning back, going home to defend. And that's not a bad move either. I mean, his army is absolutely massive. These few units, not sure why they weren't together, but they are gonna get torn apart, and that leaves this small, relatively small bioforce trapped in the main base of the Zerg. They are gonna stem and stand their ground, but they are going to fall. And fall they do. But Kevin on 0 workers. Oh my goodness. And these lurkers going for a counter. Just a 7 lurker counter. That's going to be more than enough actually to break this wall. Move on forward. Scan goes down, but Kevin just unburrows, backs up, regroups with his army, and what does bbreeeed have left? This base, not long for this world, and GG does get called. And Kevin gonna redeem himself in game number 2. Alright, welcome back. This is game number 3, and we are switching things up. Both players gonna be playing off race now. So it's gonna be our yellow Terran Kevin Lee up against the green Protoss bbreeeed. bbreeeed gonna be starting things off with a pylon in the main, not going for a wall. Kevin going for the supply depot on the low ground. And that was a pretty crazy game number 2. I mean, it looked like Kevin was in control the whole game, which he was, but his army, primarily Roach Ravager for most of the game, which is not a very good unit composition as the game progresses. So bbreeeed was more in it than he looked at certain points. But good job by Kevin to close it out in the end. One probe going for a scout, but gonna get chased out by the SCV. bbreeeed went for a quick double gas, and I don't know if bbreeeed really knows another build, and loses that probe to the SCV there. Bit of a mistake there, but as I was saying, I don't know if bbreeeed knows anything other than proxy Stargate in this matchup, and he's done that to great effect against Kevin's Terran numerous times before, so we'll see if he decides to do that again. Sending another probe for just an expansion, it looks like. And Kevin going for the Reaper, and this is the pitfall that a lot of Protosses fall into. They don't get a Stalker early enough, and this Reaper gonna have free reign for a good 30 seconds, and on top of that, bbreeeed is supply blocked. So this Reaper, let's see how many kills he can get to so far. And can we see a third? Yes, we can. Can we see a fourth? Yes, we can. Can we see a fifth? Yes, we can. How about a sixth? Yup. And oh my goodness, 6 probes go down. Stalker finally comes out. And can we get a 7th? Oh my goodness, 7 probes. Can this Reaper get out? Oh no. I think he might have had an opportunity to squeeze out through the back here. I don't know. But Kevin, so focused on the micro, was floating a lot of minerals. And that's kind of the trap, isn't it? Micro so hard and your macro falls behind, but yup, look at this. bbreeeed going for his proxy Stargate, getting some shield batteries to fortify his position. A second pylon, so he doesn't lose everything if the first one goes down. Kevin with this SUV at the top here. Not sure what that's all about, but this is going to be the focal point of this game moving forward. And what is Kevin going to do? He is throwing up additional barracks, and honestly, that's kind of all you need. Just a bunch of Marines, and yeah, that's going to be able to gun down any air units that the Protoss makes. Going for triple reactor, but reactors take a long time to make, and right now Kevin only has 4 going on 5 Marines, so bbreeeed might still be able to find some damage. Tech lab on the factory, is that going to be for siege tanks or cyclones? Few SCVs there were snoozing. I saw that. Not sure what that was about. But first void ray, second void ray has already popped out, and Kevin, with his 3 reactors on his barracks, needs to start pumping out some more Marines. Going for another Reaper? It's a bit odd, but need to start producing something. Going for combat shields, that is a good choice. It is the faster upgrade, and it provides a nice boost to the HP of Marines. bbreeeed, what number is he waiting for? He has 3, going for 4. Kevin going for a Liberator that is not sieged. Now it does finally siege up. Nice reaction time from bbreeeed. Pulls all his workers, only losing 1 probe. The Stalker gonna do its best, and at the same time Reaper in the natural. And ooh, not the best position for this Liberator. Gotta unsiege it, but Kevin focused on other things as 4 Void Rays show up in his natural, and he could have been making Marines this whole time, but now he's losing a lot. Marines going to be trickling in. That's not how you want to deal with this. Back at home for the Protoss, he's dealt with the Liberator and Reaper, and it is the bbreeeed show right now. Kevin desperately trying to gather up his Marines, but is it too late? I think yes, but let's see how these Marines gonna do. They do have medevac support, so the healing gonna be nice. And he did get stim. I must have missed that. So actually he got stim before combat shields? Or Oh, combat shields got canceled, it looks like. Okay, I must have missed that. My apologies. But he does have stim. 2 Void Rays, though, still wreaking havoc in the Terran base. And Kevin trying to get more Marines. And these Void Rays just continuing to do damage. These Marines try to go for the defense. bbreeeed smartly backs up into the shield battery for the healing, but gotta be careful. Don't want to lose your Void Rays, and this is where it gets kind of weird, because you're kind of committed to Void Rays, but Void Rays not that good against Marines. So, bit of a stalemate position right now. Of course, Kevin did lose a lot of workers before. But the mules are going to even that up just a little bit. In fact, he had the advantage for the past minute or so. Now things swinging back into the Protoss favor. 8 p.m. I guess nothing much really happening right now. bbreeeed gonna go for another poke. Gonna see a lot of Marines, and what is gonna be the follow-up from bbreeeed, because Void Rays just aren't gonna cut it at this point. But he flies in once again and flies right back out. Does not want to get too deep, so good control from bbreeeed there, and activates prismatic alignment. He tries to melt down this factory real quick, and gonna back on out of there. Nicely done once again. But Kevin, I feel like he could just counter with these, and what does bbreeeed have back at home? Not a whole lot. So Kevin actually in a pretty okay spot right now. I would like to see just a scan go down so he can recognize how vulnerable the Protoss base is, and then just go for it. But easier said than done, of course. We see everything that's happening, and bbreeeed continuing to pump out Void Rays. I guess not pump out, because he's not really utilizing the Stargate any longer, but he did make another one just now, putting his Void Ray number 6. And Kevin gonna go for it, stimming all his Marines. I don't think that was really necessary. Gonna take out this position, but that's gonna allow bbreeeed to go for an attack of his own. Gonna get a bunch of SCVs here. Another massive stim out of Kevin, and honestly that's doing more harm than good right now. Another big stim, and is he gonna get these Void Rays? He does get 2 of them. Can he get a third as they fly into the slow zones? No, just barely does not get a third. 13 SCVs went down back there. Kevin down to 12 now. And behind this, bbreeeed got his 3rd and 4th Nexus. Not really mining out of them just yet, but the option is there. And Kevin needs to go, which he is going. And bbreeeed trying to get Colossus, and if he does, that'll be huge. But will he have enough in time? These Marines stimmed out of their minds right now. These medevacs working overtime to try to heal them. Another massive stim. Not enough energy even on the medevacs to heal everything. Kevin going for a huge all-in attack right now with all his Marines. First Colossus pops out, and that's gonna be huge, but You need to micro it a little bit, bbreeeed. And he does pull back into the main. Might have to sack his natural base. Try to get more Colossus. And this is really close. If bbreeeed can defend this, he will win. But that's a big if. That's a lot of Marines right now. Another huge stim as they chase down that Colossus. Are they going to get it? Oh, yes, they do. And now the Terran is on top of all the Protoss structures. The next Colossus spawns to its death, and that's going to be all she wrote. A nice come from behind victory from our Terran player. These Void Rays actually doing some work here in the main base of the Terran. So hold that thought actually. But floating command center, I still think Kevin's got it. As long as he protects his command center with these Marines, which, I mean, shouldn't be too hard at this point. And stop stimming your Marines, please. Your medevacs can't keep up. But it doesn't really matter anymore. Whoa, a lot of cannons here at this third base. A few there as well, so... But I don't think that matters. Kevin gonna pull back actually. These Marines very peppered up. And yeah, just chill for a few seconds or minutes. Allow your medevacs to regain energy, heal up these Marines. These 4 Void Rays, I mean, they're gonna pick off the rest of these buildings, I guess, but what can bbreeeed do? Actually, he is still mining quite a bit. I would like to see him fully saturate this gold to get more income, obviously, but he's actually starting to rebuild. Income should be favoring the Protoss slightly. Well, it was for a while. I guess the mules probably swing this into the Terran favor for now. But the gold base should bring this back into Protoss favor. And actually tell your workers to work. At these low numbers, it's very important for all workers to be doing their part. bbreeeed not quite on top of that. Now gonna send his Void Rays back. Not sure why he didn't finish off these buildings. Now Kevin, he has healed up his Marines, gonna go for a third base now. Takes out all the pylons, depowers the remaining cannons, and he could go for these Void Rays if he wants to, but instead gonna back up. Not sure about that decision. These 4 Void Rays and a single Zealot, not really all too scary. But Kevin giving it a lot of respect, and I don't mind that either. Drops a scan on the gold, and he can't be happy to see that. He probably doesn't know how big of an army advantage he has. So he does do the safe thing and backs up into his new base, which is actually bbreeeed's old natural. So interesting turn of events we have here. bbreeeed with his 4 Void Rays trying to go for a counter, and yeah, you don't really want to fight the Marines with Void Rays, but no, he is doing it. Gonna lose 2 real quick. Backs up with the other 2. And what does bbreeeed have left? A handful of Zealots. They're gonna get shredded up by the rifles of these Marines. another big stim coming out. These medevacs have been on 0 energy for the past like 10 minutes. But is this finally going to be the end? As Kevin looks like he is going to not press forward, actually. So this game is going to continue. But Kevin taking another base now. bbreeeed stuck on his gold, trying to establish another expansion here, which just finished. And bbreeeed gonna need some splash damage. Gonna need to either get Templars or go up to Colossus, but Kevin doesn't look like he's gonna give him the opportunity. And well, bit of a miss micro there, loading up into that medevac. Gonna have to drop those Marines off, and now he's continuing the attack. A lot of slow zealots on the side of the Protoss, and he just doesn't have enough time to get the tech he needs. These Marines doing so much right now, but hold on. Does bbreeeed have enough now? I still think no, but actually things are getting pretty close. In fact, if bbreeeed could throw down some more gateways, throw down some more tech, he has a lot of money that he just can't spend right now. And if he could, we could be seeing a much closer game. Gonna drop a few shield batteries, and that's gonna help to heal up his existing army. And hopefully he knows about the shield battery overcharge ability when that time comes. But Kevin, he is just fully going Marines. 4 barracks, well 3 and going on 4, and no factory, no starport. So these medevacs, that's all he has. These 5 medevacs who finally have a chance to recharge some of their energy. But bbreeeed, he is actually starting to produce a nice enough army that we might once again have a game on our hands. And in fact, he's getting a hidden base in the corner here. And bbreeeed finally has his robotics facility, getting his robotics bay up, and if he could get a couple Colossus, then all of a sudden this game would be his, I think. Kevin, is he gonna allow that to happen? He is moving on in now, and I'm not sure if he can take this fight with all the shield batteries, so kind of backs up just a little bit, and doesn't want to go for the attack. I can't really blame him. I wouldn't mind seeing him go around, look for another angle. This is too heavily fortified. But Kevin, it doesn't really have a follow-up right now. He is getting a factory finally, but just Marines. Now Colossus are in production once again, and now that he has more buffer for his Colossus, I think this is Protoss favored now. I mean, the army supply still favors Kevin, but the army complexity, once that Colossus joins the fray, I definitely would give the edge to the Protoss right now. You can have these stalkers in the front just taking hits, meanwhile the Colossus in the back just beams down, and what can Marines really do against that? Not a whole lot. So Kevin gonna need something else now. But second Colossus about to pop out. And I don't know. I think bbreeeed has clawed himself back into the game. 5 SCVs in the middle of the map. Not sure what they're doing. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh, he's going for another base. He's going to try to get the third because this location, which was bbreeeed's old natural, is mined out. So trying to get that third. He does have 1 tank, but all Marines aside from that. And these Colossus, they're gonna just rain down fire onto these bio units. Need to micro a little bit better, bbreeeed. Losing one of those Colossus, that was not the best, and probably don't want to push up into the tank, but good enough trade there. Now supplies very even. Army supplies still favoring Terran because he has less workers, but wait, what? What is he doing with this base now? And so Kevin effectively on 1 base right now. bbreeeed on 3, going on 4. 2 Colossus. Gonna just absolutely melt these Marines, and Kevin cannot reasonably fight this. He's gonna stim in and try anyways, and that's another big stim. It's minus 10 HP on all of these Marines. 57 Marines, so every time he stims, that's 570 damage to his own units, and that is huge. Does finally land that base. Gonna start mining from the back, so he's gonna have to take the long way around, which is gonna allow him to scout this base of the Protoss, and he will not be happy to see that, as he knows now that the Protoss has been mining on 3 bases. And in fact, he's going on 4 right now, but Kevin doesn't know that just yet. These tanks trying to do some damage. bbreeeed trying to go in now. Not sure about this. The tank's doing a lot of damage, but oh my god, look at that carnage. All those charred corpses of the Marines. He was at, what, 57 before? Down to 24 Marines right now. This tank, 2 tanks, continuing to shell from the high ground. And that's gonna help. Loses 1 to the Stalkers. Can he get a second one? Yes, he does. And Kevin trying to make magic happen with Marines, but I think the Colossus is just a little too strong. And yeah, Marines are good, but they're not that good. A single Viking might get that Colossus. No, barely no. Stalkers do show up in time, and somebody tell bbreeeed about shield battery overcharge, because these batteries have been working as hard as these medevacs. Another siege tank sieging up. These SCVs really do need to get to work. bbreeeed chilling on 4 bases now, and why does he have so many minerals? He just doesn't have the production, I guess. He needs to make more stuff, make more gateways. If he could just utilize his bank, this would not be close. And what is happening here? What? bbreeeed going for the second gold, which is Kevin's gold, but he's getting it from the backside, and he doesn't know that Kevin has it right now. Another fight going down right now. These Colossus melting the Marines once again. Oh my god, pure carnage once again. How many kills do these Colossus have? 20 on that one, 24 on that one, 15 and 4. This guy is new, can't blame him too much, but wow. And this newbie in the back here, not even joining, but oh my goodness, these Colossus worth their weight in gold minerals. bbreeeed still. This is the funniest thing, but another engagement, and once again the Colossus decimating the Bio Army, and GG gets called. I cannot believe that game we just saw. Welcome back to game number 4 in this series between our yellow Terran Kevin Lee and our green Protoss bbreeeed. And that was a wild, insane game number 3 we just saw. It looked like bbreeeed was gonna win with the Void Rays, but Kevin mustered up enough Marines, and then it looked like Kevin was gonna win, but somehow, some way, bbreeeed managed to maintain a solid enough position at the gold base and just defend long enough to get a few Colossus and ultimately take the game. But wow, that was crazy. On game number 4, what are we gonna see? We're gonna see an SCV kill a probe. What is happening? Is he gonna get another one? What is happening? Hello? bbreeeed? Oh my god, what are we seeing right now? Another probe goes down. What? That SCV got 3 probes. What in the world? What just happened? How did that happen? What is going on? Oh my god. Kevin going for 2 refineries behind this and a engineering bay? Huh? What is happening? Is he going for like a planetary fortress rush or something. I don't know why you would get such an early engineering bay. But I am still not over the fact that one SCV got 3 probes. How does that happen? Now bbreeeed getting his stalker out. Let's not forget last game started off with a Reaper killing 7 probes. That's not going to happen this game most likely, as the Reaper only just now making its way across the map and the Stalker is already ready. And it looks like that engineering bay was just for some early missile turrets, which is very weird. Gonna guess 3 of them, and that's a big investment. The Reaper gonna hop in, not gonna find any kills. Gonna get on out of there, but let's go back to these missile turrets. Why would you need 3 missile turrets 3 minutes into the game? The Protoss can't even have Stargate or Dark Templars yet. So it's a big investment. That's the, I think, 125 for the engineering bay, and I think these are 125 as well. So what is that? 500 minerals? It's a pretty big investment for this stage in the game. But I guess he is safe against Stargate for now. Of course, that's not happening, as we can see. bbreeeed going for a Twilight Council. And what is the follow-up to that? Is he going to get Blink, Charge, or is he going to go DTs? What's it going to be? Warp Gate technology has just finished up. And it looks like it's going to be Blink as the Reaper tries to run back in and gets picked off by the Stalkers. 3 Stalkers moving on out. And this is a squad of units that I like to go for in this matchup. I don't know if it's good, but Stalkers are faster than Marines, so they can out-micro them. And if things get too hot, you can always recall. So bbreeeed going for that right now. These Stalkers actually going to make their way into the main base. What is happening right now? These Marines, they already have stim, so they're gonna stim, but they don't have combat shields and they don't have medevacs to heal them. Now that the stim has worn off, they are slow once again. Kevin forced to pull the boys to try to deal with this. Another Stalker shows up, and this game is getting weird. What is happening? Siege tank pops out, but the Stalkers get right on top of it. They're too close for the siege tank to fire, and they do pick off that siege tank at the cost of their lives. This one Stalker, is he going to be able to force to cancel on this base? It looks like no. And pull it back. No! Alright, does save it for now. Oh, nope. Down goes the Stalker. Rip. But that was a really weird attack that somehow actually did a lot of damage, delaying these 2 command centers for a very long time. Now Blink, moments away from finishing. These few Marines stimmed out of their minds. And behind this, bbreeeed been macroing up. He's sitting pretty at 39 probes. 41 now. His +1 about to finish. He already has Blink. And yeah, he's got a pretty nice position for himself right now. But Kevin going for a lot of bases. 2nd and 3rd at the same time. That's partly due to the delay caused by those stalkers, but once he turns these into orbitals and he has triple mules, then the income gonna skyrocket for the Terran player. But he doesn't quite have the money for that just yet. I'm gonna drop a scan, and I think he spotted those stalkers moving out. Double scan, actually. So he's gonna spot the Twilight Council and spot that forge over there. And now these stalkers moving out. What are they gonna be able to accomplish? I don't know. I think these tanks might be too strong on the defense. But bbreeeed with a blink. Does he know you need vision to do that? It looks like he tried to blink into the main, but he can't see, so wasn't able to get up there. Can't blame him too much, as this is not his main race, but still pretty comical move there. Third base is ready for the Protoss player as he transfers a lot of workers on over. Where did they even come from? How did he have so many? As he's able to just fully saturate this third base immediately. Oversaturate, in fact, 23 out of 16. And Kevin, he is building up his bio tank army. A couple medevacs being spawned so they can finally heal up those Marines that were drugged out of their minds. Third base needs to morph into something, and not doing so just yet. And bbreeeed once again floating a lot of money, needs to throw down some more gateways. He only has, what is that, 5 I think? No, 6, 7. And he's going for a 4th base. This man's macro is out of control. Going for a proxy pylon and gateway here. And a lot of energy on these Nexi. Should spend some of that energy for Chrono Boost. Could Chrono Boost these upgrades, that'll be helpful. Chrono Boost this robotics facility, just spend that energy. It's doing nothing, just chilling. Third base also with a lot of energy. And bbreeeed with his gateway finishing up, that's going to allow this pylon to warp in units quicker. But he's going to walk some stalkers over. A Reaper making its way across to try to scout, I guess. Gonna find a probe that was perhaps looking for another base, and that's a little annoying, but not the end of the world for bbreeeed. But 2 probes already, that's more than you would expect for 11 minutes into the game by a Reaper, and he's gonna get a 3rd and 4th and 5th probe. What is happening? 6 probes? 6 probes! Oh my god. How do you get 6 probes with a Reaper 11 minutes into the game? That is wild. But hold that thought. A big blink into the main. Not every stalker made it, however, and Kevin with his bio gonna be able to clean it up, it looks like. And stalkers gonna fall. But nice little attempt there from bbreeeed, and it did some damage. The big story behind this is that bbreeeed is on 4 bases, not fully saturated, but he can quickly. And Kevin on 3 bases, but doesn't have the orbital here. Still, big mistake there, as he has a lot of minerals. Just 150, that's all it costs to make an orbital. And he is just making more bio units. This observer might get picked off, but no, does get away from the vision. And another observer here spots this third base, spots that it is not an orbital. And bbreeeed now transitioning into Robotech, going to be getting an Colossus. He does not have the Thermal Lance upgrade just yet, but he is going for a big attack on the third, and he's going to be able to pick that off pretty easily. Down it goes. And big stim out of Kevin trying to take this fight, but doesn't need to chase because there's nothing to defend right now. But that puts him back on 2 bases. Meanwhile, the Protoss is getting his 5th already, and things are getting increasingly worse for the Terran. Both players floating a lot of money, but bbreeeed with a sizable supply advantage. Kevin trying to get a third at this other location. bbreeeed still has this proxy warp in position, which he can use to attack this new third. Another observer here, I guess that was the initial one from the main. Now Kevin gonna be moving out with some of his bio units, gonna spot this position from bbreeeed and gonna be able to clean it up. And looks like he wants to pursue these stalkers, but once they regroup with the rest of the Protoss army, I don't know how much Kevin's going to be able to get done. Big stim going in, gonna gun down this 4th very quickly. All these probes are forfeit, and Protoss army shows up to defend. Terran needs to get out of there or else he might lose everything, but in fact he's going for the fight, and I don't know about this, but he's going for it anyways. Stalkers and Marauders both do bonus damage to each other, but the numbers are just favoring the Protoss right now. Big forward blink to catch some of those remaining Marauders. And these 3 medevacs with a few units inside them are able to get away, but the Terran is down to 89 supply now. He has a single Thor. He has 3 tanks, a ragtag squad of Marauders, and that's it. Second Thor is here, but look at all these bases from the Protoss. He lost 1 and he doesn't even care. Look at all these bases. And this army, once again in the middle of nowhere. And bbreeeed kind of does this a lot. So if Kevin went for an attack like on this side of the map, might be able to find some good damage. But the supply tells the whole story. I mean, 183 to 120, that's massive. And Kevin's main is mined out, the natural running dry as well. His third base not even being fully utilized just yet, as this caterpillar of workers finally shows up. Once again, not morphing this into an orbital or a planetary. Trying to get a 4th base, but I don't think that's even going to come into play. bbreeeed not really doing anything with his units right now. Okay, there he goes. And yeah, gonna cancel this space real quick. And that's gonna open the door to this third. If he chooses, which he's not going for. He's content to just take the map, get all the tech. He's going for DTs now. Look at this. The Protoss Empire is... What? Why are these Colossus just out in the middle of nowhere by themselves? But it doesn't even matter. Massive attack from the Protoss player. Stalkers and Colossus just shooting their laser beams at everything. The few Colossus on the left have gone down. This one being lazy. But it doesn't even matter, as there is just too much Protoss. Some mules going down to try to desperately repair, but that's not going to be enough. And the Terran army has been vanquished. The third base going down. And there's nothing left for the Terran. GG gets called, and bbreeeed gonna take game number 4. Welcome back. This is game number 5 in this series, and we are once again changing up the races. Our yellow Protoss now, currently down 1-3. It is Kevin Lee up against his green Zerg opponent, leading the series 3-1. It is bbreeeed. bbreeeed going for a 14 pool, not sending his overlord anywhere. And I think Zerg is easily bbreeeed's worst race. However, he has had success in the past with Baneling busts. So, can we find any success with that this game? Kevin, of course, the king of Baneling busts. So, he might be better equipped to deal with that. He is going for a low ground gateway. Swine Pool has completed, and bbreeeed does start the queen, and looks like he's gonna go for the expansion. So kind of strange build, a very early pool, but not really committing to any crazy aggression just yet. And Kevin just gonna be building his Sim City right now. And going for a very fast Stargate. He has had it with these Protoss shenanigans. He is gonna go for his own Stargate. And this is a solid wall, I think. I don't think there's a gap anywhere. And it's going to take a long time for Zerglings to chew through this, but you do need something behind this to shoot the Zerglings. If they have free reign, which it looks like they will, they're going to get through it eventually. And so it comes down to whether or not Kevin can get units in time, and bbreeeed once again just sitting his units in the middle of nowhere, waiting too long. If you go for such an early pool, you gotta go ASAP. It looks like he is going now, but the Void Ray gonna be moments away from finishing, and it's gonna be out in time to defend this, and that's going to be enough to shut this down, I think. But wait, more Zerglings show up, and can this Void Ray actually get them in time? Now Kevin desperately trying to re-wall behind this, throws down a couple shield batteries, but the Zerglings spill in. There was a hole over there. Now these fast, speedy boys making their way into the main. Gonna start picking off the probes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 go down, and oh, that's major damage. 11, and this Void Ray not finishing the job. The probes forced to do it. 11 probes went down. But it's not the end of the world, actually, because bbreeeed, with the heavy committal, is actually down on workers now after he makes these 2 spore crawlers. And so the damage, while it is a lot, 11 probes, the committal from the Zerg makes it okay. And now with the Void Rays, 2 Void Rays, Kevin has the map control. He probably can't find too much damage with these spore crawlers, but he has the worker lead, and behind this he can continue to probe up, continue to get more Void Rays if he chooses, and bbreeeed doesn't really know what to do. His plan was just a Zergling rush, and now look at his production tab. He has nothing. He doesn't know what to do. His drone doing nothing. It's spawned and it's just chilling here. Doesn't want to live. Doesn't want to work. I know that feels. And some queens. That's gonna be nice. Big supply block. And he's only mining with 14, or rather 13 workers, because that one is slacking. And Kevin is sitting at 28. So despite some pretty big losses to those Zerglings, he is super comfortably ahead. And bbreeeed is trying to get more workers now. These two void rays. Gonna activate one prismatic alignment. Try to gun down this spore crawler, and it does. Both void rays getting very low, but gonna be able to get away. Typically, you don't really want to take hull damage, which is this number, the 13. The shields they can replenish, but the hull damage cannot. But he does get a spore crawler. Was it worth it? I don't think so. But let's see what happens. Not sure what this little drone is doing with some gas in its mouth. And once again, the rally points, I guess, not set. What is going on here? Why are these drones just spawning here? These overlords as well, just chilling. The bbreeeed has a bit of catching up to do. Still only on 21 workers. Kevin now going for his third base, and not really getting any additional army units. These two void rays is all he has. And he does have a Stargate, he has a Twilight Council, and Dark Shrine is the follow-up, and that's kind of a weird choice because bbreeeed already has Spore Crawlers, so he has the detection. So I'm not sure about that choice, but Kevin has options. Let's just say that. He has his third base now, a bunch more gateways coming down. These two void rays still roaming the map. They're going to make their way maybe back into the main. This one drone still doing nothing. bbreeeed with his random idle workers. Look at this. What is going on? Even in this matchup. And oh, there goes the drone going to that gas. So finally gets to work, but these two still doing nothing. And now Kevin, he's producing a warp prism. Gonna try to warp in DTs, most likely. As the Dark Shrine is ready, these two void rays gonna find the third. So gonna kill or force to cancel there. And indeed gets the cancel. bbreeeed has done a pretty nice job of droning back up, which he is now up to 42. Still behind 48, but it's a little bit closer now. And he's going for a Spire. Spire, if he can get a lot of mutas, can be very good. But the Warp Prism gonna fly in, and hopefully for Kevin, seal the deal on this game. Start off with, actually that's quite a lot, 8, is it? 8 Dark Templars. And in they go. Pick off the first 2 queens very fast. And they need to get this Spore Crawler. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. There's not too much to defend. But they do pick off all the drones, get the Spore Crawler. They can get anything they want. The mutas have showed up, but there is no vision until these overseers finish. And he could focus this Slayer, which he is going to. And Kevin gonna warp in Stalkers now to deal with the mutas. And is it gonna be enough? It's gonna be close, but it looks like with the Queen support, they are gonna be able to clean up all those Stalkers. These 2 Dark Templars still alive, but the main base of the Zerg has been effectively nullified. And Kevin, behind this, has established his 4th. Muta's gonna find those 2 Void Rays, and now they're gonna go for a counterattack. Are they gonna be able to find any damage? Stalker's in position, so don't think so. And all the micro non-existent from bbreeeeed, gonna lose a lot of these Mutas for free there. And oh no, that's not what you want to have happen when you are this far behind. I thought, yeah, he made some more Mutas, so he has a total of 10, but they're once again all disjointed. The rallies not quite set. 2 Mutas here, and more Mutas in production, 6 of them. He's trying to reestablish his main base, trying to get a 3rd base at the same time. And Warp Prism showing up to cause more shenanigans in plain view of the Zerg, but he doesn't go for it with his Mutas. And Kevin actually not going for the warp in after all. But this is actually a good amount of Mutas, 16 Mutas. So Kevin gonna be forced to warp in a lot of Stalkers, and he has a Stargate which he can use for Phoenixes, but he is just gonna use Stalkers. And that's gonna be more than enough, but Muta's very fast. If controlled properly, they can just bounce from base to base and get a lot of damage done. Stalkers do not have blink yet, and that is why you would ideally prefer to have Phoenixes. And into the 3rd base, the Mutas go. Gonna pick off a pylon, gonna see if they can get any damage at this 4th. And I think we could fight those Stalkers, but choosing not to. I can't really blame him for that. And bbreeeeed, he has bought himself some breathing room, but he is gonna need some more to get back into this game. The Mutas fly in again, and Kevin doesn't have any intention of defending. He's going for a counterattack with all his Stalkers, some DTs as well. And looks like we're going to see a bit of a base trade, but it's going to take Mutas a long time to kill all these buildings. And it's going to take a lot shorter for these Stalkers and DTs to kill everything. So, looks like Kevin is going to be able to get another game on the board here. bbreeeeed going to tap out any second now. See, tries to do what he can with these Mutas, but there's just not enough DPS. Stalkers now making their way into the main. Probes even joining the fray. Gonna pick off the Extractor and Spire, and he's gonna kill all the buildings, and that's gonna be it. So, oh no, GG. Kevin gonna get another game here.